The January Community Day has been announced. The special Pokemon is going to be Spheal. So it'll be Spheal Community Day, which basically means it's going to be Purple Walrein, the Community Day. As far as the special Community Day attacks are concerned, we are getting Powdered Snow for a fast move, and we are getting the brand new Icicle Spear for a charge move. In this video, I'm going to be going over some light details about the Community Day, and I'm going to give you my pre-analysis on the new Powdered Snow Icicle Spear Walrein in Great League, Ultra League, Master League, and in Raids. So let's get into it. So here we have the official announcement from Pokemon Go. Link in the description to it, of course, if you want to ogle it, for the January Community Day. The Community Day date is going to be January 16th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time, and Spheal will be the featured Pokemon. As far as the exclusive attack Icicle Spear is concerned, they only gave us part of the information on Icicle Spear. We know that it'll be 60 damage, but we don't know what the energy cost is of Icicle Spear. And it also announces that we're getting Powdered Snow for the fast move. After that, the special Community Day bonus that's going to be with this Community Day will be Capture XP. And you know what? Walrein is already looking kind of hot enough for PvP, so if I'm off of work that weekend, I think I will be hitting up this Community Day pretty hard, especially since I've reached a EXP cap on my leveling up adventure. My road to level 50 is a little limited right now, so could be nice for me, right? Everything else though, the bundle always kind of sucks, right? And this one is just an Elite Fast TM, not Elite Charge TM, so if you do have your hard-earned Pokecoins, I don't think that this bundle will exactly be it. So we know the base power of Icicle Spear, but we don't know what the energy cost is. Well, if you look at the move composition of other Ice-type charge attacks in PvP, I think it's going to either be 35 or 40 energy cost, because if it was 45 energy cost, well then it would just be a bad Avalanche. Avalanche has 90 base power, or it would be like a Icy Wind that doesn't have a debuff effect, and judging from the main series games, Icicle Spear very likely will not have a secondary effect either, so it would just be very strange for it to be 45 energy cost or higher. If you look at the 35 and 40 range, we have Weather Ball Ice and Ice Punch to compete with, both of which are 55 energy cost charge moves. Now that Icicle Spear is supposed to be like a ice type Pokemon's ice type attack, it could very well be either of these, because Weather Ball Ice is supposed to be like a, neutral mystery box, weather based, kind of coverage move. Ice Punch I've always seen as like being like a weak coverage move that all Pokemon can possibly access in the main series games. So I feel like it being a buffed version of either of these attacks is very possible. I'm kind of leaning more closely to the 40 energy cost, just because Weather Ball Ice was recently nerfed because they felt that it was a little bit too powerful, so if they think that that is unacceptable, I don't know why they would introduce Icicle Spear as a 60 base power version of that. So I am kind of leaning more towards the Ice Punch. We will have to see. One other interesting element to this argument too is that there isn't a 60 base power for 40 energy cost charge move currently in Pokemon Go. No other move has that exact stat composition. Not that it's a particularly powerful stat composition. It's like 1.5 DPE, which is good, but it's not like Omega, you know what I mean? So I don't know, it's kind of weird. Let me know what your thoughts are on this whole debacle in the comments below. Do you think it'll be 35? Do you think it'll be 40? Or do you think it'll be complete garbage? Interested to hear it. And just to be on the safe side of this argument, I decided to go with the 40 energy cost, middle of the road, actually workable, but not a little bit too powerful. So starting out with Great League PvP, what does Powdered Snow and Icicle Spear suggest for Walrein? Well, Walrein does have Earthquake, and Earthquake is fantastic in all PvP modes, so having a way to get to Earthquake faster and a way to bait shields and then land an Earthquake is going to be fantastic for just about any other Pokemon. And when it comes to Walrein not having that kind of stuff before, obviously Walrein's going to be a lot better than it's ever been in the Great League. For example, you've probably never have seen a Walrein in Great League PvP. Now you might. Now, as far as Walrein being a big meta threat or like a household name or kind of like an interesting spice pick, I think that Walrein's probably going to be more on the spice side, more of a cup Pokemon. Because, I mean, just look at Lapras. Lapras has been here since the beginning, and Lapras has never really been a meta Great League Pokemon. I mean, I've used it to good effect in the past as kind of like a spicy option to kind of trick opponents using Skull Bash, but I think people are very well aware of Lapras's game nowadays, and Lapras really isn't that powerful in open Great League PvP. And I don't think Walrein is going to be that powerful either. When it comes to cup formats, though, I think Walrein does have the opportunity to shine, and any cup format where Lapras can be good, I think Walrein is going to be better because it does have that Earthquake access and it does have the higher energy gaining fast move. So Walrein definitely looking pretty good, but not that good for Great League PvP. When it comes to the Ultra League, we all know that Lapras already has a bit of clout there, and Walrein, for the most part being a quote-unquote better Lapras, obviously means that Walrein could be a bit better in Ultra League PvP. When it comes to the Open Ultra League, though, I'm not feeling too confident in the Walrein, and I can't say that I'm as confident in Lapras as I have been in the past in the Open Ultra League, given the current state of the game. I mean, having Earthquake to deal with like Empoleon is really nice, being able to deal with like Alolan Muck and Muck better with the Earthquake. That's cute and all, but that's not really the current Open Ultra League, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of the current Ultra League kind of revolves around big XL Pokemon such as Umbreon and Talonflame, and I don't really see Walrein really having the tools to manage them. Talonflame, Lapras has Surf. You know, Umbreon, you got Skull Bash to ramp up your defense. I think Walrein's going to be a little bit less consistent against those threats. To add to that, against Charm users, Walrein is a little bit less consistent as well because it does mostly have Charge Move threat. It doesn't have a whole lot of Fast Move threat when using Powdered Snow, where Lapras has Ice Shard to chonk them down with. So when you consider that, and then you consider that a lot of the other like Umbreon counters in the meta are counter users, which hammer down on the Ice-type Pokemon, I'm not really feeling it for the Open Ultra League. Not that Walrein's can be bad, you should definitely prep one just in case it works out in a current format or if the format shifts a bit, but I'm not feeling it that much right now. Where I am really feeling Walrein, though, is going to be in the Ultra League Premier Cup Classic. Last season, I climbed to Legend super easily in the Ultra League Premier Cup Classic. Here's a little graph. You see that big spike where I just go straight up, straight to Legend, like almost effortlessly? Yeah, that was during Ultra League Premier Cup Classic, and the team I was using at the time was Lapras, Crobat, and Shadow Machamp. And I feel like the Lapras Crobat core was very, very powerful in that cup. Using that team so often, teams that I ran into trouble against were Empoleon leads, other Lapras leads, and then like the various mucks. The various mucks were pretty problematic for me, and electric types could be kind of a problem for me in the lead slot as well. I mean, obviously counter users would be a problem, but you know, Lapras and Walrein are both going to have trouble with counter users, right? You can't really solve that too well without adding in coverage moves for fighting type Pokemon. But when it came to those other Pokemon that I was running into trouble with, Walrein having Earthquake just kind of handles the majority of those matchups. Like, when it came to Empoleon, my out was to just keep Skull Bashing it and just ramp up my defense and just wear it down, but it would still be a really bad feeling fight, and it could cause me to fall behind, especially if they just swap out, and then I have to swap out, and I lose all my defense buffs anyways, so it's like, whatever. Walrein here has Earthquake, so it's just constantly threatening to the Empoleon there. You know, electric-type Pokemon, Earthquake, right? You know, you might want to swap out of those fights because usually they are a bit faster, but you still have that big move to just destroy them, where Surf wasn't exactly that. So I think in a lot of ways, Walrein is going to be a pretty big option when it comes to the Ultra League Premier Cup Classic. For the team I used, at least, it is a direct upgrade to Lapras. So for that, at least, you know, and that being like my favorite format for Ultra League, because I don't really like XL Pokemon. I don't really like building XL Pokemon. It's pretty expensive, right? I really do like Walrein for that, and I definitely will be hunting down a good Walrein for that. I might even do a PvP IV deep dive on Ultra League Walrein just for that specific format, just to get ahead, because it's looking so good. And then when it comes to Master League PvP, Walrein at level 40 hits 2726 CP. 2726. Not even 3000, not 2900, but 2726. It doesn't look that great at that standpoint. Now, ice coverage with ground type coverage and water as a defensive typing, you know, all of that's pretty fantastic and definitely works in Walrein's favor and gives it some potential in Master League PvP. But I'm not really feeling it. I'm not super sold on it. If you look at base, you know, even Steven, you know, PvPoke simulations, it looks like it could be pretty good, especially if it has a 35 energy cost charge move, not a 40 energy cost charge move. But that 35 versus 40 really does make or break it as being like even a possible consideration for Master League PvP. And even after that, like if you look at the 0 shield or the 2 shield scenarios, like it's just looking really weak in my opinion. So Walrein, you know, if you got the hundo, you may as well evolve it for the community day and have the attacks, but it's not really standing out to me in a big way. And then when it comes to the raid side of things, looking at Icicle Spear as a 33 energy cost charge move, a 3-bar charge move, if you will, yeah, Walrein's still pretty mediocre, right? If you got Glaceons, if you got Weaviles, if you got Mamoswines, you really don't need Walrein. If you're into some sort of like raid draft format or something like that, or you like using multiple unique Pokemon for raids, then I guess Walrein maybe has a place on your team. But it is definitely like a B or a C tier kind of ice type attacker when it comes to raids, even with Powdered Snow, even with Icicle Spear being a 33 energy cost charge move, if it even is a 33 energy cost charge move. So yeah, sorry Walrein. One final thing I'd like to note is that this could be a good opportunity to get a good Great League PvP IV Sealeo while you're at it. Sealeo has Powdered Snow, Sealeo also has Body Slam. So in limited formats where, you know, Sealeo or Lapras or Walrein could be good, Sealeo is a body spammer. So just something to keep in the back of your mind while you're checking the different PvP IVs during the community day. Definitely keep your eyes peeled for an extra thick Sealeo, because could work out well in Great League PvP. Now, one thing I didn't really look at in this pre-analysis is the potential for Shadow Walrein or for Waterfall Walrein. Waterfall Walrein is a pretty interesting consideration because Walrein doesn't really have water damage outside of Waterfall. So if you want to use like a water ice mix Pokemon with you know, earthquake coverage to top it all off, that could be something for Walrein to do and could make it, you know, fairly unique. You know, Water Gun Lapras and Water Gun Shadow Lapras are getting some clout in cup formats in Great League PvP. So, you know, why couldn't you know, Waterfall Walrein or Shadow Waterfall Walrein it's getting weird to say this. Like, why couldn't it join that mix as well? And it definitely could. But when it comes to more fast move heavy Pokemon and, you know, a low energy cost charge move, the exact speed of that charge move really does make or break the Pokemon. So I think I want to wait until we get more information on Icicle Spear before I do an analysis on Waterfall Walrein or bring in the Shadow Walrein into consideration. Obviously, Icicle Spear is going to make them a lot better than what they currently are. But how much better? That is yet to be determined. At any rate, that's all I gotta say about Walrein for right now. If you have any questions on this content, of course, comment below, let me know what's up, and I'll be happy to help you out. And if you enjoyed this content, you want to see more like it, maybe you want to know exactly how good Walrein's going to be once we get the full disclosure on Walrein, well, make sure to subscribe to SwagTips. I'd also like to give a special shout out to these patron supporters. If you want to support Swagman on Patreon, link in the description. How good Walrein's going to be once we get the full disclosure on Walrein, well, make sure to SwagTips.